In other reports, the federal government, alongside the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria and the Northern Consensus Movement, have called out the rate of profiling of northern ethnic groups over rising insecurity in the region. On Wednesday in Abuja at the National Security Summit on Pastoralism in Nigeria, various stakeholders profiled ways of reintegrating aggrieved members of the society into the populace to reduce the rate of crime in the nation. Here is more on the story.
At the first National Security Summit on Pastoralism in Nigeria, organized by the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in conjunction with the Northern Consensus Movement, a contingent of northerners alongside the federal government and security agencies have kicked against the rising issue of ethnic profiling. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Governor of Niger State, Sani Bello, addressed the growing problem and the government's effort to change the narrative.
We must address the issue of drugs. We must address the issue of arms proliferation. We must recognize the herdsmen because they contribute to our GDP. And what do they get for that? Nothing. When they are being maltreated, they are scared to go to the local district head or even the police or vigilantes. In some cases, when they go to report, the crime for which they are victims is being turned upon them. So what do? They revert back to their forest, where they have control. And to this day, they have absolute control of the forest. They know the forest well, and it has become a problem for everyone.
The president himself has approved a large sums of money for the tracing and the establishment of new grazing reserves. So far, we have started. It has taken off one, that has been launched in Nasarawa. This is just the beginning, and the president is poised and ready to increase intervention in the retracing of these grazing reserves and anything else to do with livestock in this country. So I can assure you at this point, the government is not unaware of what is happening and the security implication that comes along with it.
In his speech, Lieutenant General Abdulrahman Dambazar, retired, highlighted the root causes of insecurity and steps the government needed to take to solve them.
The group has not been integrated into the mainstream society. He still lives in the forest. He has no identity as such because he doesn't have an ID card, what we call NIN today. He doesn't have BVN or bank transactions. He doesn't have international passport. Again, he is not, enjoying the benefit of the society. He doesn't have electricity, he doesn't have pipe-borne water, he doesn't have housing. So he's on his own, kind of. And what that has been keeping him busy is no longer there. The cattle are no longer there. Why? One of the reasons is a lot of cattle rustling, cattle theft. The other reason is the issue of climate change. All the pastures have disappeared. The desert has eaten up the environment and things like that. So there is a lot that needs to be done to be able to bring him into the mainstream society.
Also speaking, the president of NCM and the National Secretary Makban appealed to the media and other sources to be fairer to the Fulani ethnic group as they assured that the summit would yield results.
They are not recognized, yet they are not being given any contribution, yet security is not provided for them. There's no medical facility for them. They don't care about road. They agricultural issues are not given attention to them. In fact, the simple way of life, their own simple way of life of rearing cattle is also being truncated. They are turning out to be poor. So what do you think of someone who is being victimized after having this large population? You've not given him opportunity of health. You've not given him education. No any other facility is given to him. and you don't do anything, and you expect after, like I said, victim of cattle rustling, and you expect the nation to be peaceful, unless and until government turn its face to the Fulanis, trying to find solution to the problem. Now, General Dambazo, as guest speaker, have highlighted all the problems. He has also provided solution.
Because we have gathered experts who will deliver papers here. So at the end of it all, we will know what will be the solutions. You know, people from different fields are coming to deliver papers here. So from the papers they have delivered, we may be able to come up with a communique on the ways out as a solution to the problem.
This menace has therefore taken a serious toll on our socially, structurally, and economical aspect of life. On our part, since assuming the leadership of force, we have been engaging development partners, strategic stakeholders like Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, MACBAN, traditional rulers, religious organizations, local communities in our effort to manage the internal security challenges of the country.
Despite rising spate of insecurity, Nigerians are urged to maintain peace and avoid demonizing or discriminating against others on the basis of their ethnicity or religion. I'm Adin Ogbewe, reporting for Kaftan Television.